Chuckload of Comics is brought to you by Cold War Games, creators of Squarriors, Fight Your Friends, and Lady Death Last Stand. For more information, visit coldwar.us.
All right, cool. Let's make it. Well, we're going to go, me and Jordan are going to go get vasectomies right after the show. But before we do, I love that segue, by the way. Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. Dark Crystal just dropped on Netflix this week. 10 episodes. Jordan,
Yeah.
I understand you tried your damnedest to power down the entire thing. I'm going to kind of let you give us your opinions of it. Did you like it? Spoiler-free sort of discussion. What'd you think of Dark Crystal?
All right, 1 second here.
You got to lube up real quick. You're still getting over the Hasbro Death Row Records story.
Yeah. So the Dark Crystal, when you got a full-time job, sometimes it's hard to like do this job or this YouTube thing. But I'll be damned. I did my best. As soon as I got off of work, I went and picked up snacks. My body hates me today for it. I crammed junk food down my throat and sat down for 8 hours and got through 8 episodes of 10-episode series. Yeah. Man, can I say one thing about the Dark Crystal? It would be the practical effects with the CGI blend, flawless.
That's what I saw in the trailers. Because I have not watched it yet, just so you know.
No. But you got to, and I know you will. And we should get back and talk about this. There's just so much. There's so much lore inside this 10 episode series, and the puppets are amazingly beautiful. The pod people look amazing. Like I was kind of looking at some of the details within the faces of the puppets and stuff, and you've got moving muscles within there.
Cat's
and whatnot.
screaming
No, that's all right. Hey, kitty cat. She's excited for the Dark Crystal. So yeah.
So what's the story? I mean, sort of where are we at now? What XYZ many years after the original Dark Crystal?
Okay, so for those who haven't watched the original, it's basically just like a good versus evil kind of sense. In this one, it is the Gelflings who basically honor the Skeksis. Algra, the character who's basically like the mystic mage of the planet, or the planet Thra. And the planet, Algra and the Crystal are very tied. They're tied very close together. So basically, Algra got the ability from the Skeksis to travel through space with her mind. So she's traveling the universe with her mind, but she's on Thra. She entrusts the protection of the Dark Crystal, to the Skeksis, and of course, over the many years that she's been traveling through space, they've perverted it. We're allowed to cheat death through it, and this is basically the crystal is becoming depleted of energy, and they have to find a way to feed the crystal and steal Gelfling essence to stay alive.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah,
Just bottle of this episode of Chuckload Comics is brought to you by Gelfling Essence.
That's right. That's right. Apparently, it tastes really good. At least that's what the Skeksis say.
Just put a little behind your ear. Yeah. Well, I mean, the voices in the thing. I mean, Sigourney Weaver, Taron Egerton, Keegan-Michael Key, Mark Hamill, Simon Pegg, Bridget Wong. Can you recognize any of the voices when you're watching them, or are they just completely? Yeah.
My two favorite, of course, Mark Hamill. Anything that guy touches to me is gold. And Eddie Izzard, actually.
I did not know he was in it.
Yes.
Jesus, who isn't in this thing?
Right? Yeah. I actually really enjoyed the Eddie Izzard character. And it's weird because he plays a few different types. There's something
he always does.
Yeah, and there's something that happens to his character through there that kind of changes things a little bit with his character. But yeah, he kind of plays like almost kind of like a sage sort of guy, almost like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet.
Like a Jezebel kind of guy, So anyway, Eddie Izzard, Mark Hamill, and I think they even got what's the guy from Lonely Island?
I don't know.
He's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm having a brain fart here.
So scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10.
Where do you rate Dark Crystal, and should people watch it if they've never? Imagine if you're a person who's never seen the Dark Crystal before. You're completely new to the series. Are they going to enjoy it? Compared to fans who already love it?
Yes.
Yeah.
to put it bluntly, yes. There's a huge character arcs in there. There's lovable characters. There's some things that bring you to the edge of tears. There's some things that get you excited. A lot of times I found myself leaning forward into the show,
really
trying to, really immerse myself in it. And yeah, man, there is a lot to offer in this show, and I think that one thing to note, though, I think that if you watch the TV series and then watch the movie, I think you might be a little underwhelmed with the original movie.
Oh, yeah.
Not that there isn't a great amount to look at and it's not beautiful. It is very beautiful, the original, but it's a very slower paced than this TV series. So I suggest watching the movie first.
Well, it also lacks all that CGI blend that you were talking about earlier.
Correct.
It's just straight up puppets.
But to be honest,
and sets.
Right, and to kind of compare the two, there really isn't a whole lot of difference. I mean, you notice some of the CGI, but it's nothing that takes you out of the original concept that Jim Henson had.
So you're dodging the question, man. 1 to 10.
Oh yeah, sorry. I want to say probably a solid 9.
Really?
And the reason I say 9, having seen the other one so many times or the movie so many times, you get used to character voices. So jumping into some of the same characters with a tweak on their voice, kind of takes me out of it a little bit, just a little bit. But there's enough there to like keep you entertained for sure.
There you go, guys. Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance. Jordan Marine gives it a solid 9.
Solid 9, yes.
Cool. Well, check it out. It's streaming now, right now on Netflix. If you watched it, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. How many episodes did you get through? Were you able to power down all 10 hours of the? These are hour-long episodes, right?
Yeah. They're anywhere from 50 to an hour. I would love somebody to comment below and tell me if they got through all 10 straight. So.
That's crazy. I was just like, we did that for Stranger Things. I've never done that in my life, but we did for Stranger Things season 3. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But so that, guys, that's our whole show. Jordan, thanks a lot for being here, man. Could not appreciate it more.
Anytime you need me, man, you just let me know. I'll be here.
Cool. Well, guys, we hope you can support the Chuckload of Comics channel. How do you support it? It's really simple. Just click on that subscribe button. Go down. It's super duper easy. Click the subscribe button. Click that little thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't care. Just click something and support the Chuckload of Comics channel. We're here every single Sunday sort of breaking down the nerd news of the week. All the nerdy stuff that happened in the past 7 days. We try to break it down for you in about a 20-minute package. So until next week, guys, of course, check out Jordan's show on YouTube. There's a link to it in the description of this show. And guys, have a fantastic week.
Yeah, guys, thanks, Chuck. I appreciate you letting me be here, man.
You're welcome, man. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful day in Chicago.
I will.
And we'll see you guys here next Sunday.